Good morning. Myself Nidhi Ghetia from Faculty of Pharmacy, Dr. Subhash Technical Campus. Today we start our new subject, that is Pharmacognosy and Phytochemistry 1. That is BP 305 PP. Okay, so in this subject we learn our first unit, that is Introduction of the Pharmacognosy. So today is our study of the content, that is definition of the pharmacognosy, then history of the pharmacognosy, and then scope and development of the pharmacognosy. Okay, so now we study the definition, we learn the definition of the pharmacognosy. So first one, that is pharmacognosy is derived from the two Greek words, that is pharmakon and gnosis. Okay, so first one, that is a pharmakon means drug and gnosis means knowledge. Okay, so both word are combined and making the pharmacognosy. So that means is knowledge of the drug. Okay, so it is a study of the drug or drugs that originated in the plant and animal kingdom. Okay, so mostly like natural herbs. Okay, herbal drugs. So pharmacognosy is a branch of the pharmacy which deals with the basic resource of the medicine from natural plant and animals and their use as a medicament from the ancient time to present days. Okay, so pharmacognosy is a completely deals with the branch of the pharmacy, okay, which deals with the basic resource of the medicine from natural, totally based on the natural, like plant and animals. Okay, so their use as a medicament, pharmacological use, medicament like a body is give safety effect. Okay, so safely enter in your body. So medicament from the ancient time, 1000 years ago to present days. Okay, 1000 years ago are used, and now we present time we also use the pharmacognosy like herbal drugs. Okay, then another definition, that is pharmacognosy may be defined as a important branch of pharmacy which deals with the study of structural, physical, chemical, biochemical and sensory characters of natural drugs of plant and animal origin. Okay, so basic deals with the study of the structural, physical, chemical, biochemical and sensory characterization of the natural drugs of the plants and animal origin. Okay, so it is also include the study of their history, distribution, cultivation, collection, identification, then preparation, then evaluation, and then preservation, then use and commerces. Okay, so with these all parts are included in a pharmacognosy. Now at the present time, pharmacognosy involve not only crude drug but also their natural derivative also. Okay, so pure components and their constituent also used as a pharmacognostic effect. Okay, so safe for the body, therapeutic effect for the body, also used their natural derivatives, or not only crude drug but also natural derivatives. Okay, so pharmacognosy is a completely originated from the herbs. And then some examples are here. So digitalis leaf and its isolated glycoside. Digitalis leaf are process of the isolation and they gets the glycoside, that is digitoxin. Okay, and then Raulfia root and its purified root are purified and alkaloids are present. So that alkaloids that is a respirin. Okay, then thyroid gland with extrait hormone thyroxine are all part of the subject matter of the pharmacognosy. Then now we study the history of the pharmacognosy. Another topic, that is history of the pharmacognosy. So history of the pharmacognosy is actually the history of the medicine, that is medicinal plant. Okay, history of the medicine, that is medicinal plant. So history of the medicinal plant. Okay, now we study the history of the medicinal plant, like medical base, medicament base, any plants, natural herbs. So prehistory, that is beginning of the prehistory on use of the medicinal plant or herbs or animals, and their place where and how used were not well. Okay, so and those information were unwritten for long time, and as a result their prehistory on herbs was almost lost. Okay, so not proper prehistory of this pharmacognosy, because they are present in ancient time, so that is performed at thousands year ago. So this process or this history are unwritten form, but they record by orally transmission from generation to generation. Okay, so now the written history has originated with the which was based on the religion and culture. Okay, depends on the three part, that is religion and culture. Okay, so first one, religion means countries, then religion means any religions, and culture means peoples. Okay, and then first one, that is a Western medicine. Then second one, that is a Unani, that is Islam. Then third one, that is Ayurvedas from the India. Okay, and then Orients, then Greek history, and then American system. Okay, so now we study the first one, that is a Western medicine. So the originated in Mesopotamia and Egypt. Okay, so Western history are originated from main origin that is Mesopotamia and Egypt. Okay, so Mesopotamia and Egypt. Okay, so Mesopotamia is considered as the first origin of human civilization. Okay, peoples are stay there, so human civilization. The Sumerian peoples of ancient Mesopotamia, 1,000 years ago, which peoples are stay in Mesopotamia, that's called the Sumerians. Okay, so development of the cuneiform tablets of the herbal medicine. Those tablets is preserved in a British museum. Okay, in Egypt, information had written on paper papyrus Iberus in 16,000 BC, that is before crisis. Okay, and before Christ, it constituted if 800 prescription mentioning 700 drug. Okay, so first my pharmacopoeia named, that is London Pharmacopoeia, was published in 1618, and then British Pharmacopoeia was published in 1864. So this is a Western history. Now we study the Unani history. Okay, so it is originated from the Islam religion. Okay, so this herbal system was developed by the Arabian Muslim Ibn Sina. So their year, that is 918 to 1037 AD. Okay, so he was a prince and ruler. Okay, prince and ruler from the rural areas. Okay, so he was a very brilliant pharmacist and physician who wrote a book, that is Kitab al-Sifa, means the book of the healing. Okay, so this book written on Arabian language. Okay, so this is a great contribution of Ibn Sina on medical pharmaceutical science. Okay, so this book, that is a Kitab al-Sifa, that is a first book that is making by the Arabian Muslim Ibn Sina. Okay, so that is contributed in Ibn Sina on medical and pharmaceutical science. Okay, so third one, that is Ayurveda. So Ayurvedas are religion in India. 2500 and 600 BC, before Christ. Okay, so Ayurvedas is a term of the traditional medicine of ancient time of the India. Okay, 1,000 years ago, medicine of India, from generate in India. Okay, so Ayurveda is a term for traditional medicine of the ancient time of the India. Okay, so the word Ayur means life and Vedas means the two studies. Okay, so study of the life. That's known the Ayurveda. So Ayur means life. Okay, and then Vedas means the study. Okay, so both are combined, so making the Ayurveda. So Ayurveda, that is a study of the life. Okay, so mainly three Ayurvedic written as a divided into three systems. First one that is a Charak Samhita, then second one that is a Susrut Samhita, then third one that is a Ashtang Samhita. Okay, so the oldest written was a Charak Samhita 6 to 7th century before Christ. Okay, so this book describes use of the many metallic drugs like iron, mercury, sulfur, then copper also, etc. with herbs. Okay, so this is a Ayurveda history. Now we study the Orient history. Okay, so this is originated in China, Chinese, Japanese and Tibetan. Okay, so Orient is herbalism was very old, that is 142 to 220 BC before crisis, and called the Campo. Okay, so the written documents were made by the King San Nung before crisis to 2700. Okay, and sang 1766 and 1122 BC, etc. Okay, so Sen Nung investigated medicinal values of the several herbs, written a book like Pen Tea So, or native herbals. Okay, so Sen Nung investigate the medicinal value of the medicinal plants, and written a book that name is Pen Tea Shao. Okay, and native from the herbal. Now we study the fifth one, that is a Greek history. So some of the early naturalists, scientists and physicians who contributed the enormously to the development of the human knowledge about the medicinal plants, including that Hippocrates, father of the medicine, 14 to 370 BC. Okay, so he was the first natural doctor who utilized the simple remedies such as a vinegar, then honey and then herbs in a healing system. Okay, so that this is the first he was the first doctor for utilize the simple remedies as a vinegar, honey and herbs for the healing purpose. Okay, so he is also known to have collected the identifying number of the medicinal plants. Then second one, that is Aristotle, that timing period, that is 384 to 322 BC before Christ. Okay, so he gives a philosophy of the medicine. He listed the more than 500 plants for medicinal importance. Okay, then Theophorus, their time, that is 340 BC. So he gives a scientific basis of the medicinal plants as a medicine. Okay, scientific basis of use of the plant as a medicines. Then fourth one, that is a Galen. So their time period, that is 131 to 200 AD. Okay, so he is a Greek pharmacist and physician, and he developed the method of preparing and compounding medicine by mechanical means. He was the originator of the formula for the cold cream. Okay, he making the any formulation basis on the natural. Okay, then sixth one history, that is American history. So there belongs from the America and tropical Africa and North and South America. Okay, so they keep information in their group or tribes. Okay, then information transmitted transmitted from one generation to another generation. That's are totally right, because the information are transmitted from one to other generation. Okay. Then this region is richest source of the medicinal plants and need to explore for the new drug discovery. Okay, so this is a history of the pharmacognosy. Now we study the scope and development of the pharmacognosy. So pharmacognosy has a broad scope, having a broad scope in their field of pharmacy, such as the first one, that is the isolation of the analysis of phytochemicals. Okay, so like examples of the isolation and analytical analysis of phytochemicals. So like examples like strong acting substance such as glycoside from digitalis leaf. Digitalis leaf isolation process are performed and making the and their phytochemical are substrate. Okay, then remove the phytochemical like this is glycoside. Okay, and then alkaloids from the plant of belladonna, hyoscyamus, then rauwolfia. Alkaloids derived from the belladonna, hyoscyamus, and then rauwolfia. Okay, then morphine and other alkaloids from the plant opium were isolated and the clinical use and studied. Okay, so this first one, that is the isolation of the analysis of phytochemicals. Okay, then second one, that is a structure activity relationship. So their example, that is a tubocuranins and toxiferins from cure plants have muscles relaxant property because of the quaternary ammonium are present. Okay, quaternary ammonium group are present in the tubocurin and toxiferins. Okay, and then hypotensive and tranquilizing action of respirin are due to the trimethoxy benzoic acid are present. Okay, so this is a structure activity relationship. Now we study the third number rule, that is a drug obtained by the partial synthesis of the natural products. So example like preparation of the steroids hormone from dizoxanine by acetylysis and oxidation and further preparation of the cortisone by microbial reactions. Okay, so therefrom making the partial synthesis of the natural products. Okay, natural products and making the drug from partial synthesis. And fourth one, that is a natural product as a model for synthesis of the new drugs. So here examples like morphine is model of the large group of potent drug, then cocaine for local anesthetic, then atropine for the certain spasmolytic. Okay. Now we study the fifth point, that is a drug of direct therapeutic effect. Okay, so among the natural constituent which even now cannot be replaced by are important group of the antibiotics, steroids, ergodalkaloids and vincristines. Okay, so drugs of direct therapeutic effect. Okay, so there are no any long process or follows there. And sixth one, that is a biosynthetic pathways investigation. Okay, so biosynthetic pathway are one of the primary and secondary metabolites. Okay, so some of the important pathway are Calvin cycle and photosynthesis, then cyclic acid pathway and aromatic compound, and then acetohypothesis and anthracene glycoside. Okay, so this is a biosynthetic pathway investigation process. Now 7 process, that is a cultivation and collection of the medicinal plants. So cultivation and collection process are follows in a cloves, cinchona bark, then cinnamon, and then senna and opium plants. Okay, so cultivation and collection. Collect the plant by choosing the grade of their plants. Okay, so that is cultivation and collection. Then preparation of the herbal formulation. Herbal formulation like churnas, then asavas, then aristas, and then lehas. Okay, so these four are the herbal formulation. And then development of the tissue cultured plant. Okay, and generate the new development of the tissue culture plants. So this is the scope and development of the pharmacognosy. So today we study the introduction of the pharmacognosy, then history of the pharmacognosy, and then scope and development of the pharmacognosy. So thank you to all.